Alexis, Beauty Spirit is a horse that you've got a good association with. Runs again this Sunday. He's been a model of consistency, this horse.
Yes, he's been very consistent. He tries very hard. He's got a decent gait, and I believe he's going to run a good race.
He's not too far off his ideal mark. I mean, he won off 56 back in October. You know what it takes to win on him. Do you think he's got all the right minerals to win again this weekend?
Well, he certainly carries a lot of weight, but he seems to be in good form. So hopefully I can put him in the right spot and have the race set up for me, and then he can win.
You mentioned obviously the being well drawn. He's in gate number 3 on pace runner. Conditions is another one as well. I mean, he has run a decent race on a slightly sort of wetter track. That's obviously going to stand him in good stead as well.
Yeah, I think it doesn't really matter. As long as the race is quite set up for him, he can be very handy. He's got a nice cruising speed, and the race seems pretty open. So I think he's going to be there.
John, Running Glory is a horse who's had a tremendous season for you. Up in grade on Sunday, and we'll see him again at Sha Tin. How is he?
He seems all right. He's been in good shape since the last time he raced, and he seems fit and well. Everything in order with him.
He's had a recent trial. It looked like just a maintenance sort of trial. Are you happy with the way he came through that?
Yeah, he seems all right. He trialled normally, or how you would expect him to, and he pulled up well. He seems okay at home. He should run another good race, I'd say.
He's back in trip, John, this weekend. I mean, he looks like a very versatile type of horse as well regarding distance.
Well, he could be, I suppose. The tempo of the races can have an effect on the distance of the result in the race and the result, but that's the race that's available to us, so we have to go.
He's without Joe Moreira this weekend, who's obviously been doing the majority of riding on him. You've got Alexis Badel, obviously he stepped in when the stable have required him, and he will take the ride. So, he looks as if he's coming for a nice ride on this horse.
Yeah, well, it's got a lightweight, and I think Alexis is one of the lightweight jockeys that was available. So I don't think he's sort of a difficult horse to manage. So it should be right.
Yeah, he's looked like a very likeable type of horse, very tractable indeed. Obviously, I can't chat to you without mentioning, obviously, a landmark victory that you gained on Wednesday night. Many congratulations there with 1400.
Thank you very much.
This horse very much the epitome of a size horse. I know you're always a man to deflect the glory onto your equine charges. Just over those 1400 winners, John, I mean, there's been some wonderful horses amongst them.
Yeah, there has been some good horses. I mean there's some outstanding champions in Hong Kong. I don't think I've sort of had one of those, but there's some nice horses, and they've won plenty of races, obviously, and I've been very fortunate in some of the horses I've been able to train since I've been here.
John, Beauty Tycoon is a newcomer for your stable lining up this weekend. Apart from what we see on paper and in trials, etc., what more can you tell us about him?
No, well, there isn't probably much more to tell him, but that's what you see is what you get, I suppose. His trials have been fair. He looks like he's well educated and does everything correctly. So I think it's time he can go to the races and learn some more. The racing sort of brings them on to the next level that you can't do in trials. So hopefully he's ready to acquit himself well.
He certainly has looked well in his trials. He obviously had a trial in Australia as well. He's drawn gate 3, so I guess for a newcomer stepping out for the first time, that's always a positive.
Yeah, that'll be helpful to him. Because if they don't hit the ground running with that inside draw, he can make up for some little mistakes. So that should work well for him. He should get a nice run from there.
And I know it's obviously an unknown, given he is stepping out for the first time. Also, we've had plenty of wet weather here in Hong Kong recently. I mean, just regarding track condition, is that just a factor that he has to sort of take in his stride, perhaps first time out?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we don't know about much wet form in Hong Kong because we don't get very many wet tracks. and particularly with a new horse, we got no idea. So we just have to run him and hope he gets through it.
And Wagner rides, obviously he's an integral part of your operation. Have the reports been pleasing from your riders regarding this horse?
Yeah, he does his work quite well. He seems to have a nice attitude. He's not a fierce-going horse. He seems very kind and gentle, and he might have a good mind for racing because of his good temperament.
Just finally, John, on a couple of your stable stars, if you will, they trialled here this morning. Hot King Prawn and Sight Success run first and second in the final trial. Were you happy with both of their performances this morning?
Yeah, they've been up a long time in training, but they seem to still be healthy and well. And as we saw this morning in the trials, they still seem keen to race. So they're running in the following week, and I'm sure they'll run good races.
Frankie, Everyone's Victory is a horse that's had a great season for you. He's had a bit of a break, this horse, and you bring him back on Sunday.
Yes, this horse in Chongfa, stuck in Chongfa for 2 months. Yes, and before I just give him a trial and then come back to Hong Kong.
Were you happy with that trial up at Chongfa? He looked to do it quite nicely.
Yes, usually his trial on the dirt is quite good, yeah.
And just obviously on, as you say, on the dirt, the all-weather, I mean, his form this year has been very good. He's been kept exclusively on that surface. What, coming into this weekend, do you think improvement is still to come from this fellow? Because he's had a good season and he continues to creep up the handicap.
Yes, because the horse is good on the dirt, so I just keep him on the dirt. You can see every race is on the dirt, he's one good. So to see how he can win 1 or 2 more for me.
He's got a bit of pace to the outside of the field. Flying Bonus likes to go forward. Is he a horse that's quite reliant on a good strong pace?
Yes, he can midfield or a little bit second last, still okay. I think he's really good on the dirt. So,
and I guess crucially, you've got a man who rides him that knows him very well. Harry Bentley's got a good relationship with this horse.
yes, that's why I put him on.
And just finally, obviously, we saw on Wednesday night your old boss, John Size, got to 1,400 winners. Just a comment from you, obviously, what a great achievement that was for John to be one of only 2 to have got to that number.
Of course. That Wednesday night also go to see him, boss. Congratulations, you got 1,400 winners. Not easy.
It's certainly not, and I guess for all the horses he's trained, you were a big part of that team. I mean, was there one special horse that stood out for you in your time at John Size's?
I think boss have too many horses. I think Mr. Stunning, Mr. One, because he trained. Also, I trained the horse. I think it's a good memory for me. Yes.
Zach Solid Impact is a horse you'll ride again this weekend. He tried hard last time and just couldn't quite get himself past the winner.
Yeah, it was a funny one. Obviously, the winner come into it with not much form, and you expect him to take care of a horse like that pretty comfortably, but the winner kept kicking, fought really strongly, and my bloke, like you said, he never gave up. He kept trying, and we got away from the rest of the field, so I think it was a good effort.
Just on sort of the trip for this guy, I mean, you've ridden him 3 times already, 14 a couple of times. It was 1,200 last time. Do you feel that's his better trip, this horse?
I think at the moment he's quite a bold going horse. He really wants to get on with it. When I rode him in the 1400s, he emptied out quite quickly in the straight. And as we've seen last time, over 1,200, he kept trying all the way to the line. So I think 1,200's probably more suitable for him at the moment.
You had to give £6 to the eventual winner, Rev Parisian, last time. You only give him 3 this time around, so he certainly comes in nicely at the weights, this horse, for David Hall.
Yeah, well, all those things help, of course. And then once again, we don't know what we're going to get with the track. So at the end of the day, it'll just come down to what horse can handle the track if it is wet on the day.